So we're going to start 9.3 absolute value equations and inequalities. And and tomorrow we will discuss inequalities in two variables. Then next week on, I think next Wednesday, you can take the test for chapter 7 and 9. Yeah. All right. So let's start. Let me see. So we're going to Math 125. All right. And then we're going to this new page. Okay. So 9.3 is absolute value equation and absolute value inequality. So absolute value equation and inequality. Yeah. So if you ask me, oh, when should I start working harder? Now. Already week 5. Yeah, don't you think? Okay. So A, absolute value equation. All right. So there is definition of absolute value. It is distance. So absolute value of x. All right. So let's just say if I have absolute value of x is equal to 3, it means the distance between x and 0 and 0 is 3. Right? And then if I say absolute value of x minus 5 is equal to 2, it means the distance between x and 5 is 2. That's what it means. If I say absolute value of x plus 2 is 4, so this is the distance between x and what? Not 2, but negative 2. Yeah. So it has to be minus. Yeah. And negative 2 is 4. Okay. Okay. So the distance is always positive, isn't it? Yeah. So the distance is always positive. So absolute value of x is actually x if x is greater than or equal to 0. Oh, am I sharing the desktop? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, let me share the desktop. Okay, here. So absolute value of x is x if x is greater than or equal to 0 or negative x if x is less than 0. Yeah. Okay. So just remember, whenever I have x, absolute value of x, I have to always replace it with two different expressions. To take care of the absolute value, you have to replace it with two different expressions. Yeah. All right. So, for example, and it cannot be negative. So, for example, if I have an absolute value of x equals to a negative number, can distance be negative? No. So this one has no solution. So distance cannot be negative. So the right side must be positive. Yeah. All right. So this one doesn't exist. So just a note. Cannot be negative. So no solution. No solution. Okay. So suppose I have, for example, solve number 1. Absolute value of x is equal to 5. Okay, so I have absolute value. What am I supposed to do with my absolute value? This is an or in the middle. X, I have to replace my absolute value by x and negative x. So x is equal to 5 or negative x is equal to 5. So always I have two expressions to replace my absolute value. So x is equal to negative 5. So how many solutions? 2 solutions. What are they? 5 and negative 5. Yes. Right? Okay. So what did I do with my absolute value when I take it out? Replace it with whatever the expression and the opposite of whatever expression I have here. Does that make sense? So number 2. Maybe I should do it on a different page. Yeah, let me do it on a different page. So basically whatever I have here, I replace it with the expression and the exponent, the opposite of the expression. Yeah. All right. So number 2. What about if I have absolute value of x minus 3 is equal to 7? So how do I get rid of my absolute value? I need to express into 2 expressions. So what is the first expression? X minus 3. What is the other one? No. Negative of x minus 3. Not x plus 3, but negative, the opposite of x minus 3. All right. That's what it is. Yeah. Then we can resolve it, right? So x is equal to 10. How about here? Negative x plus 3 is equal to 7. So subtract by 3 both sides. What do we have?
4.
Yes. Negative x equals 4. X is equal to negative 4. So how many solutions? 2. 10 and negative 4. All right. 2 solutions. Is it easy? No, not easy? Okay. So basically we need to isolate the absolute value first, right? What about if I have absolute value of 2x minus 1 over 3 is equals to 5? And then what about if I have 3 times absolute value of 2x minus 5 minus 7 is equal to negative 2? Okay. So number 3, what am I supposed to do? Is this isolated already, the absolute value? Yes. So we will replace this with 2 different expressions. What is the first one? 2x minus 1 over 3. What about the second one? Negative of 2x minus 1 over 3. And then what about equals to 5? Well, it doesn't have absolute value, so I'm just going to copy this. Yeah. The right-hand side, notice we didn't do anything to the right-hand side. Okay. Now, do we know what to do with this? Multiply by 3, both sides. Okay. So 2x minus 1 is equal to 15. 2x is equal to 16. X is equal to 8. Yeah? Okay. Now here this is multiply both sides by -3. Okay. So the negative cancels, right? Okay, so the negative cancels. So what do you have here? Right. So 2x is -14. X is -7. Yes. So again, you have two solutions, 8 and -7. Is it easy? Yeah, right. As long as you remember what? Replace the absolute value by two different expressions. One, the exact expression. The other one is the opposite. That's it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if I ask you this, what's going to happen? Well, for example, 2x minus 5 is equal to -10.
So it can't write no solution
Yeah, why not?
because it can be equal to actually trying to come.
Yeah. So here, how do we continue here? How do you prove this is no solution? Then you add 5 to both sides. What do you have? -10 plus 5 is okay. Then
2x equals
no. This one. What would you do here? Can this be negative? No. Yeah. So here, no solution. Yeah. Why? Remember, this is the distance, right? Because distance cannot be negative. Negative. Okay. All right. Now, number 4. Can we do number 4? You have 7 both sides. What do you have? 3 times absolute value of 2x minus 5 is equal to 5. Does it have a solution? Yeah, it does, because this is positive, right? Now, what am I going to do? Yes, replace it with 2. What's the first one? 3 times 2x minus 5. Okay, what about the other one? Negative 3 times 2x minus 5 is equals to 5. Yeah. Okay, can we solve this? Of course, right? You guys could solve this. So actually, this is not hard. So things you have to pay attention is this one when you have negative. So you can't just you cannot just replace it without thinking. You have to know, oh, this is positive or negative. So what x is here? Finish? Tell me. Solve these and then tell me what the answer is. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait for you. Yeah, it is fraction. Of course it's fraction. It's 5 over 3. So what's the solution? Yeah, it is fraction. Oh, you have to reduce. What's the other one? 5 over 3? Oh gosh. Does everybody get the same thing? Okay, hold on, okay. Oh, you guys should get flu shots. I think I get flu first before I get flu shot. It's really bad. It has been going on for how long? A long time, right? I'm so sorry. Usually I'm not like this. I'm more alive. Okay. What about the other one? 5/3? Positive or negative? Negative 5/3? Oh, okay. Positive? Positive? Positive 5/3? Okay. All right. So you have two solutions, right? And they are n/3 and 5/3. By the way, the order doesn't matter, so you can write it as 5/3, comma 10/3. If you have a set, the order doesn't matter. Okay. Now, okay. What about if you have an equation containing two absolute values? Oh no, it's the same thing. Okay. So, equations. So, but did you guys get the takeaway? What is the takeaway? When you have absolute value, how do we replace it? By the expression and the opposite of the expression, right? What about the other side? You don't touch the other side, right? If it is equals 5, then you leave it as equals 5. Now, what about equations containing two absolute values? So, for example, something like absolute value of x plus 4 is equal to absolute value of 2x minus 7. Oh, you're for the next class, right, Eric? This is math 125, but you can stay here. 11:50. But you can stay here. We're doing absolute value equation and inequalities. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, because you have it also on your test. Yeah. So if you have two equations with two absolute values, what you're going to do also replace this with two expressions. Okay, what are they? The first one is same signs, and the other one is opposite signs between the two. So when I mean by same signs is this is x plus 4 equals to 2x minus 7. That's the same signs. What about opposite signs? Yes, x plus 4 is equal to negative of 2x minus 7. So this is both positive, right? Here, the second one is one positive, one opposite. Yes, Melissa. It doesn't matter. You can put the negative here. It means the same thing, isn't it? Say it again. Yes, so basically you're taking it at face value, whatever expression it is. The other one is whatever expression it is, and the other one is the opposite. And it doesn't matter which side you put the opposite. You could put the opposite here. So instead of writing this, I could write it as negative of x plus 4 is equal to 2x minus 7. That's fine. Right? It doesn't matter. Or for the same signs, you have both negative. But why would you complicate yourself, right, with both negative like this? Do you see it? So if I multiply by -1, what happens here? It will be x plus 4 equals to x minus 7. Does that make sense? So these two are equivalent, right? These two are equivalent. So we just choose one of them, yeah? Okay, so for same signs, we choose both positives because that's easier. For opposite signs, you can put the signs, the negative either on the first expression or the second expression. It doesn't matter. This and these are the same. Yeah? Okay, so can you solve it? Of course, right? So what is this? So you want to bring x where? It doesn't matter, yeah? Negative 4 minus 7. So negative x equals to negative 11. What is x? Yes. No matter where your x is, you should get 11. And here we have to distribute first. So negative 2x plus 7. And then x, and then this is minus plus 2x. Negative 4 plus 7. Yes. Okay. Isn't it easy also? Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just you have to remember, one is the same signs, one is opposite signs. That's it. That's the only thing we need to remember. Okay? Now, number 2. Why don't you guys try this? Absolute value of x minus 9 is equal to absolute value of x plus 6. Okay, now it has two absolute values, so two expressions. What is the first one? Same signs, yes. The second one? Opposite signs, that's right. Okay, so let me wait for you. So same signs. Oh, yes, what is same signs? X minus 9 is equal to just x plus 6. Opposite signs. X minus 9 is equal to negative of x plus 6. Yes. So this one doesn't have a solution on the same signs, right? Okay. So this one is x minus x is equal to 9 plus 6. 0 is 15. So on this part, there is no solution. Right? The 0 if this is false statement. The other one is x minus 9 is equal to negative x minus 6. And then what? X plus x is equal to 9 minus 6. 2x is 3. X is 3 over 2. Okay. Yes? Do you guys follow or are you just copying? Follow? Okay, good. So how many solutions in this case? 1, yes, which is 3 over 2. Yeah? Alright. Now this is equations containing two absolute values. Okay? Good. Now we're doing inequalities. Inequalities containing two absolute values. Before that, I'd like to draw first. Yeah. I'm going to go back and then I'm going to draw what I mean. Okay. Are you guys ready? Now, I'm going to go back to the first one. How do I draw absolute value of x absolute value of x is equal to 5 on my number line? What does it mean? The distance between x and 0 is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 5. This is negative 5. Okay. So which 2 points are they? This one, those 2. Yes. This is also the distance from 0 is 5. Alright. Now, what about if I'm asking for the distance is greater than 5? Or which one is the distance is less than 5? Okay, so I'm going to, when I talk about inequality, these are the ones that we're going to talk about, right? So I'm going to do it in a little bit. So these are the ones that we're going to talk about. Yeah. All right. Alex, pay attention. Okay. So B, inequalities containing absolute value. Okay. So let's draw the absolute value of x is less than or equal to 5. And how do I draw this? So I do the same thing. This is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is negative 5, 6. All right. Is 5 included? Yes. Now, tell me which one has distance greater than or equal to 5. How about 4? This point, 3. Is the distance between 0 and 3 greater than 5? No. So how about 6?
Yeah.
7? 8? So it's this card. Right? How about on the other side? How about negative 2? No, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5? Where else? So this part? Yes? So whatever points are here, so these points and these points have distance greater than or equal to 5 from 0. Because negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, those are all have distance greater than 5 from 0. So look at these. These are called the tail area. Okay. Tail area. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about greater than, didn't I? Can you change this to greater than? I'm crazy. I'm talking about greater than. Can you change this to greater than? Because I was talking about greater than, but I wrote less than or equal to. I'm sorry. Yes, greater than. Yeah. Yeah, sure. So these are called tail areas. Yeah. So this has 2 intervals, so we will use the word or. All right. So when do we use or? When you have greater than or equal to. Yeah. Okay. Now, what is the solution here? How is my solution? X is less than or equal to negative 5, and x is greater than 5. Yeah. So here, what I'm going to do here, same thing. I'm going to replace my absolute value with an or. When do I use or? When it's greater than or equal to. Okay. What did I do before when I calculate this? X and negative x. Okay. What do I do to the right hand side? Just copy. We don't change any sign. Yeah. And then that's it. So here, what is it? X is less than or equal to, right. So this is exactly what you have. You see? You see your drawing? Okay, so what is the solution? This is your drawing here. So or is for greater than or equal to. What is your solution in interval notation? Negative infinity, comma, negative 5, bracket, union.
Bracket 5 and 7.
Yes. That's it. Yes. If the sign is less than, it's something else. Yeah. So when do we use or? Greater than or equal to. Yeah. Now the next one. So let's do absolute value of x is less than or equal to 3. Or less than 3, it doesn't matter. Let's draw it first to get a visual. 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is 3. This is negative 3. Okay. So this time it's less than. So greater than is or. Okay. Less than is, what did I say? N, right? So for less than, it's N. Now you just see what, and then you tell me why is it N? Then you just see which area is less than, has distance less than 3 from 0. How about 1? Is the distance less than 3? How about 2? How about 3? How about 4? So basically it's this area. In between. Yeah. So this is the middle area. So there's only one area. This is the intersection. So this is an N. So when do we use N? Less than or right. So if you just remember this, and it will be very easy for you to do all the homework. Of course, you have to think about what happens if this is negative or positive, right? Because it's different when it's greater than or less than. So shall we do example now? Would you remember the N and the or? Which one's N? Right. So in the middle. Yeah. Because the distance is short. The distance is small. The distance is less than something, so it's in the middle. Okay? Alright. So now, let's see. Oh yeah, let's finish this. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you finished it. What do we do? So this is an N or? N. Alright. So what is this? X and negative x less than or equal to 3, less than or equal to 3. Okay. So this one is x greater than or equal to negative 3. Yes. So if you graph this, how does it look? 3 is close. The arrow points to the left. Negative 3 is close. The arrow points to the okay. Now, which one is the N? What does N mean, remember? N means at least, I'm sorry, not at least. N means 2 lines. Which one has 2 lines? Yeah, exactly this. Yeah? Does that make sense? Or yes or no? Okay. So it's the same. It's just that here I don't draw the arrows, right? On the top one. But it's the same. So N mean what? So just to remind you, 2 lines, right? Yesterday we did this many times. N means 2 lines. What about or? Not 1. At least 1. Yes. It can be 1 or 2. If you just say 1, what happens if it is 2? Yeah, it's at least 1. Okay? So far so good? You remember N and or? As long as you remember that, what N means, what or means, when do you put N in or, then you're good. Yeah, trust me. And then solve a graph, write the solution in interval notation. So we have to isolate the absolute value first. It makes it easier. So number 1, absolute value of x plus 2 is less than or equal to 6. Is it isolated? Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, then let's think. Is this a positive number, right? N or? Less than, the distance is less than, so it's middle, so it's N. Okay. What and what? X plus 2. Negative of x plus 2. Okay. And then less than or equal to 6. Okay. Let me give you a few and then I'll give you back your test. How about that? Okay? Alright. So then after that you graph and write the solutions. Alright? So number 2. So give some space. I'm going to copy it and put it on a different page. Okay? So put some space. Okay. So try these 3. Let me give you back your test. Oh, you guys should get push-ups. When do they give push-ups here?
They give free push-ups.
Yeah, where?
To
the center?
No, the health center.
To the health center?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys should go. Don't be like me. It's really uphill. Skip the whole weekend and then weekday, not good. Yeah. So get push-ups today. Okay, so. Yeah, you should get push-ups today. Yeah, this is really not good. Okay, so this is alphabetical order. Last name Hector, Gustavo, Hector, 7, Joe. Kevin? Yeah. Hector? Joe? Alex? Adam? Frank? Brenda? Ashley? Frank? Brenda? Brian? Victor? Jose? Alvaro? George. Do I call you Jose or George?
You want it.
Victor? Angela? Brandon?
Oh my God.
Daniel? Gary? Fernando? Uriel? Johnny? Melissa? Uriel, 99. You have to ask Uriel what he did. How did he study? This is 99. What did you miss, by the way? Did you miss something? What did you miss? I think it's not something really common. You always forget the union. Oh yeah, you have to write down your name. Now, does anybody need exercise? Like that. Anybody needs like that for you to do or to practice? Like that? Oh, okay, good. Do that one.
What is that for? I have a practice right now.
Like that. I need to practice. I mean, you already have 91, you don't need it.
Oh, that was really like.
No. Yeah, okay. Alright. So anyway, look at it really quick, and then why don't you continue working on this, yeah? So next test is when? Wednesday. Wednesday, yeah. So you have enough time to prepare. 7 and 9. Yes. 7 and 9, both. 7 is the function, the domain, the range, those things. Remember that? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. All right. So number 2. Yeah. Yeah. So you have to divide both sides by -1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you have to divide both sides by -1. So next up, you need to bring your calculator. And can we have all the cell phones inside, please? I see cell phones everywhere on the table. Let me just put it inside. So our cell phones are gone from table? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so let's do it. Yeah. You done with one? Okay, what was the answer?
-8 and 4.
Oh, okay. So x is less than or equal to 4, and negative x minus 2 less than or equal to 6. Negative x less than or equal to, is it 8? Okay. So x is greater than or equal to -8, right? Okay, good. Now we have to draw, don't we? And do we expect a middle area or a tail area here? Middle, yes. So now we have -8 close, and it's greater than or equal to. So it's this one. 4, close or open? Close, and the arrow points to the left. Remember how I asked you to draw the arrow? It has to be all the way till the end, right? You don't stop in the middle. Now, what does end mean? 2 lines. Which one has 2 lines? Yes, -8 to 4. So you expected middle? Yes, you got middle. Good. Are we okay so far? All right. Now, what was number 2 again? So next page. Yes. Yes. Thank you. So 9 minus absolute value of x plus 4 less than 5. Okay. So what do you think you should do first? Move the 9 over?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I move the 9, what do I have? Okay, good. Now I have negative here. What am I supposed to do? Yes, or you divide or multiply. Doesn't matter. Same thing. Yes, the side switches. So absolute value of x plus 4 greater than 4. Yes. Now, the distance is greater than 4. So is it far? Is it tail or middle? Tail. So we're expecting an or. Yes, picture? You subtract 9 both sides. Yeah, so you subtract 9, subtract, because you need to isolate the absolute value, okay? Okay. This is an or, not an and. So why is it an or? Greater than, yeah, the distance is greater than, so it's tail areas, right? What am I going to write here? X plus 4 greater than 4. What about the other one? Negative of x plus 4. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So x greater than 0. Negative x minus 4 is greater than 4. So negative x is greater than 8. X is right. Okay, so you would get a tail area here. 0, open or close? Open. Arrow is to the right. -8. Open. Arrow is to the left. Okay. All right. So what does OR mean? At least one. So does any of the point have at least one line?
Yeah.
Okay. So which one is that? -infinity, -8, union 0, 2. Right. Doable? Yeah, it is, right? Nothing hard about it. Okay. Okay. And then number 3. Easier than high school? Yeah, of course. 2 minus 5x divided by 4 greater than or equal to 2/3. Okay. So then number 4, 5 minus absolute value of w plus 4 is greater than 10. Okay. Or n for number 3. This is already isolated, right? Or n. Number 3, yeah, number 3. Or? Okay. Not yet. You have to isolate it first. Remember, you have to, before you can say this is or n, you have to isolate it first. Yeah. Okay, so or. Okay, so or what? What am I supposed to write here? 2 minus 5x over 4 and the negative of the original one. 2 minus 5x over 4. And then greater than or equal to 2/3. Greater than or equal to 2/3. Okay. What do you do now? By 12? Okay. By 12? Both sides? Okay. So this is 3. This is 4. Yes. So 3 times 2 minus 5x. 15x greater than or equal to 8. All right. So LCD is 12. So negative x, 15x, what do you do to the 6? Subtract 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. Yes. And then divide by negative 15 both sides. Yes, that's right. There you go. Good. Now, what about the other side? What am I going to multiply it with? Negative 12? Okay. So multiply by negative 12. Multiply by negative 12. So the negative cancels. So 12 and 4 is 3, and this negative cancels. This is 4, right? So what do I have on the left? 6 minus 15x greater than or equal to negative 8. Yes. Yes. How do I? Oh, I have to switch the sign too, right? What did you say, Melissa? Oh, okay. It's not too clear. Let me write it again here. Okay. What was that? So this is negative of 2 minus 5x over 4 is greater than or equal to 3 over 2. No, 2 over 3, right? Okay. Now, you want to get rid of this negative? So you're going to multiply by negative 12. Okay. So if you multiply by negative 12, both sides, and I need to what? Change the sign. Yes. Now, negative 12, negative number times negative, these two negatives will cancel. Yeah. It's like if you have negative 5 times negative 2, the negative cancel, so you just multiply 5 times 2. Correct? So it's like that. Yeah. So you could forget that you had a negative because you multiply by another negative number. Okay? That's how. And then this is 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then 12 divided by 3 is 4. Alright, cuatro. Yes. Yeah. Negative 12, right? No. This negative cancels, right? So what am I left with on the left? 6 minus 15x less than or equal to? Yes. That's it. Yeah. And then you just continue. So negative 15x is less than or equal to negative 14. And then divide both sides by negative 15. X is greater than or equal to? Yes. Alright. So when you graph negative 12, negative 2 over 15 here, and the arrow points to the left, and then 14 over 15 here, and the arrow points to the right. Oh, is it open or closed? Closed, yes. Alright, so what do you have here? Negative infinity to negative 2 over 15 union. Yes, finish. Alright, this is an OR also, right? Alright. Are we okay so far? Okay, so OR means at least one line, right? So OR means at least one line. So which points have at least one line on top? Well, these points. Yes. Tail areas, as you suspected. Okay, good. How about number 4? And then, can I copy this? Lasso. Oh, lasso. Copy. Oh, yeah. What did I do? Hold on. Lasso. Cut. Okay. Now, are you guys ready? Okay. Okay. Now, what would you do here? Yeah. So, negative of w plus 4 greater than 5. And then? Okay. So, divide by negative 1. And then this is, switch aside. Absolute value of w plus 4 is less than negative 5. Now, so think about this. This is a negative number. What does absolute value mean? Distance is less than negative 5. Is it possible? So this means distance, any distance is less than negative 5. So not possible, right? Yeah. If this were greater than, however, it's a different story. So, no solution. Okay. Now, what about if I write down instead of w plus 4, well, let me change into a different one. What about if I have absolute value of x minus 2 is greater than a negative number, negative 5? What do you think? How is this different from the one that we do on the bottom here? Oh, maybe let's call these number 5. Okay. Let's call these number 5. Okay. What's the difference? What does this mean? So the distance is greater than or equal to -5. So is it not possible?
No.
That one is possible, right? All distances are always greater than -5. So what is your conclusion? So solution is all real number, right? Or -infinity to infinity. Why? Because it is true for whatever distance it is. The distance is always greater than or equal to -5. Actually, it's greater than or equal to 0, right? So it's always true. So this one has no solution because distance, it's not possible to have distance a negative number. But this one, infinitely many solutions, is all real number. Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, if it's less than negative, it's not.
Yeah, if you think about, can the distance be less than -5? Cannot, right? Can the distance be greater than -5? All distances are greater than -5, right? So that's why you have all real number solutions. Make sense? So whatever x you choose will be true. Yeah. Now, one more, or two more, three more, 6. What about these? Be careful. 25 minus 2 times absolute value of a plus 3 is greater than 19. Okay, and then number 7. 0.5x plus 3 minus 4 greater than -7. Okay. After this, you guys are done. So what would you do first? Isolate, yes. So we will bring the 25 to the other side? Okay. No, this is order of operations. So this is 2 times absolute value, right? So you can't subtract 25 minus 2 first. Yes. So -2 absolute value of a plus 3 greater than, okay. Now what am I doing? Or multiply or divide both sides by -1 or -2 is okay. But this one, if I divide by -2, do I have fractions? No, so I'll just do it. Yeah. And what happens if I divide by negative? Yes. You guys follow so far? Yeah. So what is this? Absolute value of a plus 3 is less than 3. And or? Why or? And this is middle. Yes. Okay. So a plus 3 and negative of a plus 3. Less than 3. Less than 3. Okay. So n. So a is less than 0 or n, negative a minus 3 is less than 3. Negative a is less than 6. A is less than -6. Oh, is it? Is it right?
Yeah.
I have to, when I multiply, yes. When I divide by -1 here, I have to switch the sign. So if it's not middle or tail, you have to check your calculation, because it's always middle or tail. 0, open, close, open, arrow to the left, -6, open, arrow to the right. Okay, so what does n mean? Yay! Good. Which points have 2 lines? All right, there you go. Oh, it's parentheses. Believe it or not, some of my pre-cal students, they forget the parentheses and brackets. But you guys remember, right? Okay, good. Yay. So I was giving them a take-home test because they had to review it on their own. And they forgot all the parentheses and brackets. Yes? No, it has to be from the smallest to the largest. Yeah, so it has to be from the smallest solution to the largest solution. Okay, let's finish one more and then you guys could go. Right? Okay, what do we do first? We isolate, add 4. Yes. So when you add 4, it is 11. Or n? Or what or what? The itself, so 0.5x plus 3, and the other one is negative 0.5x plus 3, greater than 11. Greater than 11. So 0.5x is greater than 8. Okay. Divide by 0.5. Divide by 0.5 is the same as multiply by 2. So x is greater than 60. So divide by half is the same as multiplying by 2, right? Or negative 0.5x minus 3 is greater than 11. So negative 0.5x is greater than 14. So when I divide by negative 0.5, I have to switch the sign. So it's like multiplying by 2. Negative 28. Yes. All right. Now what does or mean? At least one line, yes. So I keep asking you that so you remember. So today I guarantee you when you do homework, like if you start your homework today, you will remember it. But the thing is you have to start it today within a few hours. Yeah. If you wait till tomorrow, then I don't guarantee anything. But if you start today in 2 hours, I'm very sure you remember. Yeah. And so you do homework fast. Now, or at least one line. So what is my solution then? All right. Yes. Who thinks this is easy? Okay. So try to do homework today so you remember it. Yeah. Okay. Now tomorrow we will finish 9.4, which is the last one in chapter 9 that we discussed. Huh? It's inequalities into variables. X minus y less than 5. Yeah, I think so. All right. Oh yeah, I could show you the average as soon as everybody finishes copying. Yes. So you could stay a little bit, and I could show you your average. Are you guys done? Oh, Frank's done copying. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. You good? Okay. Yeah, sure. Let me stop the recording first, okay?